So today we'll talk on this topic called empowerment. So I think, as I've said earlier, that this word empowerment is a big buzzword in the world right now. You pick any news article or any social media, we read about this word and we hear about this word, be it women empowerment or self empowerment. This word empowerment keeps on popping up here and there. So, what exactly do we mean by empowerment? There might be different versions to it. So, today, let us try to discuss on it and bring it in our own way on how we see this word empowerment and can we properly relate it to ourselves? Do we understand it properly? Are we empowered enough? So let's see how this discussion goes. Or I'm just putting at a perspective. I've read few articles here and there. I love the concept and few things which I try to see through myself. I try to bring in that way also. After that, I would really like to listen on your understanding to this word and how do you use it as a everyday tool. So basically empowerment, first let us try to understand this word or this definition, because randomly we sometimes use this word, we speak this word as a part of our day-to-day conversation. So when we try to use this word and speak this word or try to apply this word for ourselves, let's try to understand what it means. So basically, what do you mean by empowerment? If you go to Google or you try to find the dictionary meaning of empowerment, it says that empowerment is the process of becoming stronger and more confident, especially in controlling one's life and claiming one's rights. This is the dictionary definition that you'll see. It says that it's a process in which one becomes more stronger, more confident in terms of controlling one's life and claiming on one's rights. So it also means that it's about making the conscious choices or the decisions for oneself. That's what empowerment means. So in the way we see ourselves as individuals and how we interact with others and the world around us, empowerment is about taking responsibility of our own lives, for our own happiness, for the direction we take and for the circumstances we create for ourselves, owning everything about ourselves, about our life, about our choices, about our situation in life, where we are, what we are doing right now, the people that we are surrounded by, owning everything to ourselves. So it's about taking control of one's destiny, making the most of who you are and what you can offer to yourself, to others, and to the world and the people around. That's what the word empowerment means. So it's not just like a business word or it's a word that is only for a section of a society. No, it's for everyday person. It can be for a woman who is working in the corporate world, who is a doctor, who is a housewife, a girl who's studying some 10th standard, or a person who is owning a big company, or a man who is somewhere working for his daily wages. Any person. This word implies to any person that they start owning their life, they start taking control of their destiny and making most of what they have right now in their life and what they can offer by using those tools or whatever they have right now in their life to themselves, to the people around, and also to the world in large. So when we start feeling empowered, we feel more capable, we feel ourselves more strong, we feel ourselves more confident, we become so self-assured that we don't need anyone else, we are good with ourselves. So even in the most difficult of the situations, even in the adversity of the situations that you say, whatever the life brings to you in time to time, you are most self-assured, or you stand on your ground. That's how the word empowerment brings to into your life. That's the process that happens within you that helps you to stabilize, to stick you to that ground and be capable, strong enough to face anything that comes into your life. So when we feel empowered, we feel that nothing can stand in our way or stop us from achieving what we want to achieve in all areas of our lives, be it with respect to the love, with respect to your relationships, your family, your career, your finances. when we start to feel this empowerment, when we start to feel this being empowered, this process that happens in your self, which we'll talk more about this word. But what happens is that when you feel more empowered, more sustained, more confident about yourself, we feel that, no difficult situations are um, too great that we can't overcome. We can overcome any obstacle, even though whatever it is. That kind of confidence builds up in ourselves. So but what happens, why are we losing this power inside ourselves? Why are we not feeling empowered every day? What causes us to lose that internal power that is preventing us from achieving what we want or see day-to-day situations? One is as simple as low self-confidence or low self-esteem on ourselves. We don't have confidence, we don't have belief on ourselves, we don't trust ourselves. The second one is the feeling of being powerless or helpless in some situations. We feel like, I can't do anything, that's it, the situation is overpowering you. This is the second thing that will make you to lose that power inside you. And the feeling that you are no more in control of your life, your life is out of your control. That feeling that happens to you, that is one of the reasons. And the feeling that you have no voice, no one is listening to me, I have no voice, I can't speak. So that is that one thing that makes you feel that you have lost your power, you're no more empowered. The feeling that you can't achieve your goals. Sometimes you lose some things that you have put for yourself, and you lose them in achieving them, and suddenly you start feeling that you don't have any power, and that's it. So these are many of the few reasons that I have given, that drains your power, that makes you low in confidence, that prevents you from being more empowered for what you truly are. So one of the most important thing is that we don't trust ourselves. The truth is that most of us don't trust ourselves. We often have this negative thought that keeps on happening in our mind. In a given day, you just observe how many times that negative talk keeps on happening to yourself. Whatever thing that you pick up, whatever thing that you try to do, be it preparing breakfast or whenever you do anything, see that there is an alternate talk that happens. There's an alternate personality that is always at work. It keeps on talking so negative about yourself. So that's the most important thing that everyone should recognize first, that first we need to identify our demons that we have. We can't be positive all the time if you don't trust yourself and don't see the demons that you have, because once you identify them, you know from where to work. We can't be just wash off everything and become Buddha just in a day, because if that detoxification should happen, and that will happen only when you try to see yourself as is, accept the negatives that you have. And the one thing that stands out is that we often have a negative relationship with ourselves. It's high time. Any person, this is the thing. So, because we are always afraid of making mistakes. Sometimes we don't trust our intuitions. We don't trust our gut feelings. Believe that, many times we had this gut feeling, we have this intuition, but we haven't taken up that choice. Many times in all your lifetime, maybe it's 40 years, 70 years, 20 years, just see how many times you have trusted yourselves. So we don't have confidence in our abilities. We are always afraid of being rejected or criticized by other people. That's the most important thing that happens to all of us. It's all about the eyes that are watching us. We are always afraid of being rejected or being criticized, because we always live to the approval of other people. We have been mind washed like that. Our system has been like that, be it from the school, be it from the society. It's always about you need to get approval from people around, from your bosses, from your spouses, from your children, from your society, from your religious cults, anywhere, anything. It's always about approval from the other persons. So that's how that makes us to cringe ourselves and stop believing ourselves, and we try to live up to other people's expectations, and that will remove our connection from our higher selves. And we are often told that we are not good at making this proper decisions. So these are multiple of those reasons that act as a catalyst for us to not to trust ourselves in our day-to-day life. And many have suggested that almost all the problems in the world today, you take up any problem, it brings up to the idea of low self-confidence. When you pick up any situation, for example, as simple as that, if you see a boss in an office who keeps on exploiting his employee, so that he makes him work over the time, or he pushes him to his extreme so that he earns more money or he gets the credit, because he has trust issues, he's feeling insecure about the other person. And you see a bully in a school, we have all gone through this condition, we always have a bully in a school who tries to overpower the other student or the other kid in the school because he is going through some insecurity issues, is low in self confidence. Or as simple as that, any relationship issue, any spouse problem with spouses, be it a man or a woman, if there is an abuse that is happening, whether it's to the wife or the husband, because there is an insecurity feeling, be it their physical vanity, or be it they're more intelligent, or be it they're earning more, or there is a kind of insecurity that is developing between them that is making them to behave that way. So that's the only thing that is helping us to react to people in different ways, because we are low in self confidence, we are not empowered enough that we can accept ourselves and stand for what we truly are, for the qualities that we have, and we are sustained and we are good with it, we are satisfied with it. So I feel when this is the condition, how do we empower ourselves? How do we start trusting ourselves? Before that, we need to understand this word, difference between the word empowerment and self-empowerment. Because the main difference between these two, empowered people and personal people who are self-empowered, the feeling here is that a person might think that he might be empowered with his ideas, with his thoughts or anything, but there is nothing in action. He's not doing it, he's not putting it into action. So just being empowered is not like having thoughts and feeling like, okay, now I'm good, I'm having this thing, positive thing and everything. No, that is the base, but the problem here is that you need to put into action. When a situation comes into your life when there is required to say no, you have to bring that voice out and say no. Then that empowerment, whatever the thought that you have, becomes self-empowerment. So many of us, we are stuck with the thoughts and the ideas, but we are never put it into action. But unless and until you don't put it into action, the result is not there, not evident. So that is the one thing we need to understand, that no matter what you have in your brain, what high ideas or what great talks that you do, unless and until you don't at least put 10 or 20% out, there's nothing, no result that is seen, and you won't experience it, what your true power inside is. And the personal empowerment is nothing but your personal development. It's the self-empowerment that you do for yourself. And the first step in developing confidence or trusting in yourself is to find out what you really are, what your instincts are, what your values are, what your true goals are. When you know what makes you tick, what makes you kick that core, what makes you feel that right, or that clock that ticks in you, when you know that, or when you hit that right bell, then you will start making positive choices about what kind of everyday life that you want to lead for yourself. So that is very, very important, that everyone needs to know what they themselves truly are. And that's an everyday homework we need to do. Just because, there's a beautiful statement Sadhguru always says, is that it takes a human being lifetimes to understand about himself or herself. It can't be done in one lifetime. So, this will help you to be more attentive. When you start looking at yourself, being with yourself more, it will help you to be more attentive of what you are thinking, what your needs are, want to learn more about yourself. You become your own self-critic, and which will help you to bring that self-confidence and resilience, accepting yourself, putting your ego aside, and stop worrying about what other people might be thinking about. And the whole attention and whole concentration is onto yourself. Then that's when the process will start happening yourself. Now, as you learn, when you start learning to trust yourself, you need to commit to find out what you are and what matters most in your life. That is very, very important. That is the one goal that we need to do. Every day when you go to sleep, you need to think that, was this the day that you actually wanted to happen the way it has happened? Or what if you don't get up in the morning tomorrow? Was this the day that you wanted to happen? Or you get up first thing in the morning, See that this is the only day that you have and what all that you want to do for yourself. So that idea we need to inculcate in ourselves every day. So take some time each day to reflect on what's important in your life, what drives your positive choices, how that impacts your personal well-being and your inner peace. That is very, very important. Because by the time we go to the bed and we sleep, they say that you need to sleep like a baby without any guilt, without any, what do you say, regrets or anything. So that is the kind of attitude we need to have. But for that to happen, we need to know about ourselves more, what you really want, be confident about what choices that you have taken. Because when you know that whatever you have done that day, it's completely on your side, then you are happy, whether it's happening in a good way or a wrong way. So that is very important. And take some time each morning before you go to bed, write about these issues or the thoughts or the feelings that come to you throughout the day. Keep this journal with yourself. It's your personal story. It's your personal movie, or whatever you can say, that's a personal script that you're writing for yourself, where you're trying to improve yourself every day. So keep that diary. And, when you keep on writing, whatever the things, when you go back after, watch them or turn a couple of pages like 3-4 months back, you see how much you have improved. So that's a pat on your shoulder. So one thing that you need to ask when you're starting to understand yourself more or trying to empower yourself more is that, first, what is most important to you, and why is it important, and what does it look like to be your true authentic self? Because it is always important for us to recognize that we always have this false mask, in front of us. There's a beautiful interpretation I've studied where, we all have these 10 heads, just like Ravana. We try to put one face in front of society, one face in front of your spouse, one face in front of your kids, one face in front of your people. This is important when you try to get the work, but are you being your authentic self? Or are you trying to just, try to soothe the people around you, or try to just wait the day to finish? You don't want to be indulging in any kind of discussions or anything. Because sometimes you need to be very authentic about what yourself. If you don't want to talk about anything, you have to be very strong that I'm not going to gossip that day. Or if you don't want to eat non-veg around, I'm very strong that I'm not going to eat non-veg. So it's not like, okay, these people might feel bad about me, or people might judge about me if I'm not involved in that discussion. So I'll try to put a face, which is not my true face, but I'll be there. So we need to see that there are many masks that we have. We need to declutter up all these masks and see what we have, this authentic self. And that is something which we need to start appreciating, because that is what we truly are. And okay. Yeah. So try to bring in that positive attitude. How can you empower yourself more is bringing that positive attitude and positive mindset. As I said, we need to always look or have a watch on the talk that is happening internally, because we need to avoid the negative self-talk that we do from the morning till the evening, the limiting beliefs that we have about ourselves, the low confidence whenever we are brought about a project, when we are told to take a session or anything as simple as it might be with relating to you. It's different for each person, but anything that is triggering you or that is challenging you and you're rejecting that thing, then you need to understand why are you doing it. So start taking control of your life, be it your personal health, your mental health, or whatever. Don't try to just make it like wander everywhere. Bring that steering onto your both the hands. Be very, very honest to yourself. It means that, when you are getting up, you're saying some affirmations or you're speaking something, be sure that your internal clock is also believing in it. It's not just coming from the mouth, but it's coming from the mind and the heart. You will feel it in a different way when that's happening. So you're not doing these things just for someone else's sake or just like a show. This is your movie, and you are the actor, you are the, protagonist here, and this is your life. So you have to be the priority here. So you believe in what you're saying from your mind and heart. Doesn't matter whether the other person will understand it or not. So always take responsibility of your actions in every day, your choices and the consequences. And always learn to say no wherever it's required. Because sometimes you need to give that space. You can't just give your power to everyone. You need to know how to create boundaries for yourself. That is very, very important. Be it with your spouse, your parents, or anyone. Every person should have boundaries. Otherwise, it's like mixing everywhere and everyone is draining everyone's energy. So it's very, very important. And the most important thing here is that when we think about our lives, we often start comparing ourselves to other people in the context that, are we better off them or are we worse off them? Be it materialistically, now even people are comparing spiritual paths also. Sometimes if you don't get, it's as simple as that. That comparison has become inculcated into our day-to-day, everyday habit also. It immediately that comparison starts. Be it both materialistic life as well as spiritual path. And we need to understand that everyone is very unique. You are you. I am I. So you may be able to relate to other people on the superficial level. Sometimes we say that, we both like the same food. We both are interested in the same movie. We are interested in the same places. We have traveled to the same places. We'll travel to the same place. So similar interests, similar hobbies. That does not mean that you are completely connected with someone at a deeper level. And don't let other people become more important than you. And your identity as an individual, you are not an imitation of other people's idea of how good or bad you should be. You are unique and exceptional, just like the next person who's sitting beside you is. And you can be what you were created, especially by your higher self. You are unique. Your experience is very unique to the other person. So that comparison, if you stop doing that, that is a first step for you to become more empowered, trusting yourself more. So when you empower yourself and learn to trust yourself, I think you, me, and everyone can achieve any goal that they have put for themselves, and the life will become better at. So when you are empowered and when we start trusting ourselves more, it can also strengthen the relationships also in your life, because people will respect that you know what's good for you. They'll look at in an awe to you that this person is controlling his or her life. She knows what she wants to do or what he wants to do with his or her life, and that you are in charge of your own life. And strong relationships are built on the foundation of this respect and trust, because when there is no self empowerment or this confidence in each person, then insecurity starts developing, and there is like what do you say, all over the place. The relationship is all over the place, mixed up, and so much lack of conversations, and everything will keep on happening. So one way to empower ourselves is all this that I've talked about, and the other way is by empowering others. How do we start empowering ourselves? By empowering others. The more we encourage others, the more we'll start encouraging ourselves, and that will put us in a positive spiral. That in spiritual tablets we talk about horizontal and vertical and horizontal ascension, where if you are if you start taking trying to empower others, then it becomes in an opposite way, that you will be more cautious about how you're talking, how you're speaking, what's happening to you, because you are in that loophole where you're stuck, in the positive loophole where you're stuck. Now it becomes your everyday part. You are surrounded by these people, and you try to tell things to them, they try to tell things to you, and it's a beautiful process that has been initiated by you. So it's a mutual thing that happens to them and to you also. So empowering others is one way to empower ourselves, but that's not always the case. But sometimes we do something for other people and empower them, not because we are trying to help ourselves, but because sometimes what happens is that we feel better, that mudita comes. We feel joy when someone is happy. There's a word called mudita. We call it as mudita for that. Feeling joy when someone else is achieving things or feeling happy in their life. How much that's a beautiful word. There is no word for that in English dictionary. It's a Buddhist, I don't know, I think it's coined in Bodhi language or something, but it's called mudita. And it's a beautiful word that says that how many times we feel happy when someone else is feeling successful, or someone else is having joy or happiness in their life. It's okay with our parents or with our spouses or with our kids or with our relatives, but unknown person, how many times do we feel the same emotion? So that's something which you get um, as an inculcating as a positive emotion for you, which will help you to empower. So regardless of why you are helping someone or what motivates you to support other person, the ultimate result is that we are helping both the parties, as long as both the parties are open minded and open in mind and heart, and they're helping each other. So empowering others can be in many ways. We can give them the proper tools for them to succeed. And here empowering does not mean that you are just giving someone power. You'll show that you have given them the power, you can do whatever you want, but you are taking all the decisions. No, you have to give them the power and allow them to take the decisions. And we need to give them opportunity to make mistakes and learn from them. So no one, this happens in our relationships, also in our job circles or anywhere. We need to understand that no one likes to make mistakes, but when people feel that a mistake could cost their job, or it will give a tight, they'll get a tight slap from their parent, or a feeling of disgust or disappointment or a discouragement from a spouse or from a parent, then the opposite person will automatically stop taking risks. He or she will stop taking choices for themselves. So allowing them to make mistakes in a safe environment will build confidence in the relationship, because you are giving them opportunity to experiment, to use their power. So encourage other persons to start believing in themselves. As simple as that, when the self-doubt keeps on coming to every one of us. But when you watch that the other person is going through that, you just go there, pat them on their back and say that I know you can do it if you really want to do it. Just this simple word will help them to understand that, bring that motivation in them, that they have the ability to succeed. In that way, we are empowering the other person. And the most important thing is that we need to create a safe space for all the people to express themselves. Because I feel people only feel empowered when they feel safe enough to be vulnerable in front of other person, to be able to cry out, to be able to tell what you are actually going through. When you give people a safe space to express themselves, they have the opportunity to talk openly about what really matters to them. And this is a major problem that we see in many relationships. So we don't go to our most loved ones to tell all these things. We have other friends or other group of people where we do it. But it doesn't happen between a spouse, or it's a majority of the issue that goes through that. But we need to create a safe space, be it in the office also, even between the job manager and the people working between them, or it might be the teacher and the students, or parent and the kid. A safe space should be given so that the person can go and become vulnerable in front of them. They can speak out what they're going through. So these are some ways by which we can empower others. And by that, we are empowering ourselves. So, every day we ask ourselves hundreds of questions. And these questions, in a negative way or in a positive way, these questions help us to shape our lives in a powerful way. When we tell ourselves, or when we talk ourselves or do that negative self-talk in our mind, this about, negative talk or disempowering stories about ourselves, about our goals, our dreams, or what happens is that whatever the thoughts that are happening in your mind, it becomes your reality. So they can feel like a heavy blanket that will crush you and make it almost impossible for you to move forward with the things that you really want to do in your life. But when we tell ourselves encouraging stories about who we are, what we have done in our life, that blanket becomes a source of a fuel or energy that gets us moving again. We experience more clarity and enthusiasm for what we want in our life. So that's very, very important that we always have that positive self-talk with us. That is our energy to us. In that way, we become more powerful than we actually are. because we are actually very, very, very powerful. So empowerment is very, very important. So these are few things that I wanted to speak on this beautiful topic. And I wish anyone who wants to express on this beautiful concept today. Thank you so much. Yeah, Masters. Yeah. Any sharing, Masters, please do. Yes, sir. Penis.
Namaste, Ravali ma'am. No, it's a very interesting topic, empowerment, and most of the times people you explained it very beautiful and very nicely. I think most people don't understand what is empowered. They use it very loosely. Oh, I am empowered to go to a movie. I'm empowered to do this, and they really don't understand what empowerment is. I think it is the way I looked at it. It took me a while. Also, I had my own issues with empowerment, and everybody used to say you have to empower yourself, and what does that really mean? And what after so many years of experience, what it means to me is that having believing in yourself. I think that's the most important thing, and accepting yourself as who you are and what you are, and not be intimidated by other people, saying that, what happened growing up in India for me, there was a lot of sarcasm around me. People, a lot of negativism, saying that you can't do this, you can't do that, and people, instead of saying you can do it if you try. And in my personal life, I have experienced a lot of negativism, saying, I always felt that I was an underdog all through my life, and it somehow I was able to use my underdog status for my advantage. I think that's why who I am, where I am, and so I think that is comes from yourself, self-confidence. I think believing that you can do it, and then not getting discouraged by what other people say, and uh, because there's a lot of negativism around us, and so we don't get discouraged by that. Every one of us experience bullying and all that. You have to go through that. Those are all the stages in life. But knowing what you want to accomplish and how do you get there. Most, I myself had a lot of problem. A lot of people ask, "What do you want to be?" I said, "I don't know." So I think knowing that, and it's not easy. There's no GPS for showing where you want to be, your future to be, but uh, that introspection, trying to understand yourself. Harvard calls it SWOT analysis, doing your strength, weakness, opportunities, threats, and all that. All those things are fine, but I think ultimately that you have to have that attitude. I think attitude adjustment. That's what empowerment provides, and all of us have access somewhere or the other, but our attitude needs to be adjusted, and having that. That's where the empowerment helps you.
Beautiful, sir. Thank you. Lovely.
So I got it started. So hopefully somebody else shares more.
Thank you, sir. Lovely. You put it right. Beautiful. Yeah, Masters, any of your personal sharing, please do. Yeah, any Masters, any of your personal sharing. So everyone here feels that we are empowered. So that's beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Ravli ma'am. This is
Yeah,
Swana.
ma'am.
Yeah, beautiful topic. Yeah, this is very important for everyone. to live happy life, not comparing with anyone and having a self-confident and self-respect and self-love, I guess. So if we are deviating, from empowerment, then do we do meditation more, or do we say affirmations, or how do we bring back to that center and have our control over this one and having a steering within ourselves?
Yeah. So as I said, Swana ma'am, I think affirmations, meditation is something which will definitely help. It will stabilize our mind, the negative thought that keeps on happening. But more than this, one needs to understand that we need to accept ourselves as we are. We don't accept ourselves. That's the problem. We can't see the negative side of what we are. So for that light to come out, we need to first see that darkness that we have. Then only we can shine the light there. And each one of us have that in our side. We could become jealous at certain situations. We become rude sometimes. We just speak things at some certain situations, even though we are not speaking it out. We are feeling it internally. So all these are the 10 heads of that Ravana exists in us. All these vices are there in us. The most important thing is that when you start accepting that, okay, this is what I am having jealousy, I am having all these things. Oh, my mind is reacting to these things like this. This is triggering me. Being attentive on yourself, then you will know what you truly are, and then we'll know where to work. We need to be very transparent. We need to see, dissect ourselves as much as possible every day. When that process starts happening, then you will know where to work. You know what is triggering you, what situations are triggering you, how are you reacting to those situations. So that's where the process will start. And that when you become so vigilant about yourself, then you know what you truly are. Then you know why you took that choice. Then you know why you should not take that choice next time. You know it. You have that explanation given to yourself. Because majority of times we don't trust ourselves because of these things. Because when you start accepting what you truly are, you'll start trusting yourself. So that's where the process will start. That's how I did with myself. So that is one of the way that will help you in starting to
Yeah.
be.
Thank you, ma'am. And not only negative, I think we have to accept that everyone has their own, the areas, the brightness within them.
Yeah.
So we cannot just go, hey, she's like superior in that area, and we go and compare that, why I'm not superior in that, and but you may be superior in some other areas. So everybody are unique, as you said.
Yeah.
So have a brighter side of yourself too. So everybody, whatever she has, you may not have. Whatever you have, she may not have. And so when you also, I think, introspect
when you start
that,
comparing yourself, that's where the jealousy comes. But you need to know what are your inner qualities, what are you truly are, what are you your USPs. So that's how you need to start working. Just because someone is becoming, if not every person is winning a Nobel Prize, or not every person is getting what it is.
Correct.
So you need to know each person is very unique, and it's about the experience that you're having, and you need to work on your vices. So that's where we need to start. We need to be so selfish enough that you are the important person for you in your life. So start introspecting, dissecting every thought, everything that is triggering you. That is both
exactly, and keep and hold without losing that. And we have to repetitively, we have to remind ourselves. Then only we become that. Initially, of course, when you first time when you come across these situations, that will come because it might be deep rooted somewhere. Okay. So yeah, that's okay. It's coming. But what you are again, step back and retrospect. And I think repeatedly doing that, you will come to the reality. You will understand the reality, I think. Yeah.
Once we identify those things, you will know where to work, how to stop them. If you don't identify, you don't know where to start and where to stop them. That's it.
Right. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. I just wanted to ask for everyone point of view, and also to help myself.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Any masters, any suggestion on that, please do. Sharing. Okay, Master. So then we'll start our meditation. So just relax your body, drink some water if you want. Put your spectacles aside, sit in the most comfortable position. For the next 30 to 40 minutes, you are spending time with your true self, with your inner self. So be very gentle. This is the most divine time that one can give to themselves. So enjoy this moment, be grateful for this moment. Close your beautiful eyes, interlock your fingers, crisscross your legs. Take back support if you want. Just enjoy your inner journey. Enjoy being with yourself, what you truly are. We are doing Anapanasati meditation. So before that, we'll try to relax our physical body. Just calm down the physical body. For that, we scan our entire physical body from head to toe. Scan each and every part of your body. Bring that attention and awareness to that body part. Let the breathing happen naturally. But bring your awareness and attention and put that onto each and every body part for a few seconds. Do it at your own pace, starting from your forehead and your head region. Observe it. Just bring that attention to that part. Observe your eyes, your nose, your cheek, your face. Start observing each and every part of your body from head to toe at your own pace. Feel the sensations. Connect your physical body. Observe your abdomen, your pelvic region, your lower legs, your hip joint, knee joint, ankle joint, your foot, your fingernails, toenails. Do it at your own pace. Just bring that attention and awareness to that body part. Now, whenever you're ready, just get back to your normal breathing process. We are doing Anapanasati meditation. bring your awareness. Just start observing to that normal, natural inhalation and the exhalation that you're doing. No forceful inhalation or exhalation. Just be that third party, that outside viewer, observing the breathing happening. Whenever you get carried away with thoughts, no problem, just come back and start observing the breath. Just be with your breath for the next couple of minutes. Masters, let us express our gratitude today for this wonderful moment where you get to meditate, be with yourself. Express with gratitude that emotion of being thankful for yourself, for all the forces, both visible and invisible, that are helping you in your everyday journey. Express your gratitude to all of them. Your higher self, to your divine physical body, express your gratitude to this wonderful creation, the nature, Mother Earth, plants, animals, birds, flowers, the food that you get to eat, the water that you get to drink. Express your gratitude to them. Always say thank you so much when you drink that water. Give that attention when you drink that water or eat that food. Express your gratitude to your parents, to your mother, to your father, to your guru, the teacher who has helped you, empowered you with the right knowledge and wisdom. Express your gratitude to your kids, to your spouse, to your family, to your friends, your neighborhood, the people that you surround yourself every day. Express your gratitude to the work that you get to do every day. Be grateful for all the wealth and the riches that you have, that you enjoy. Express gratitude to all the things that you do use in your everyday life, be it your dishwasher, your washing machine, the car that you drive. Just say thank you to each and every thing that you use in your day-to-day life. Life is one big continuous circle of giving and receiving energy. Yes, it is a circle of giving and receiving energy. So be thankful for who and what's in your life. Instead of complaining about what you don't have, if you focus on gratitude, you will start to attract prosperity, abundance, and wonderful people into your life. Masters, thank you so much. I'm grateful for giving me this wonderful opportunity where I get to speak something which I wanted to. And thank you so much for attending today's session. You have a wonderful day ahead. So have an amazing day and a wonderful night. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. Thank you, Indu ma'am. Thank you, Vardhini ma'am. Thank you everyone. Masters, if anyone wants to share anything, please do. Or else we'll all meet tomorrow with another wonderful guided meditation by Srilata ma'am. So see you all tomorrow. Thank you so much.